Divorce Dad Diaries, Day 214. I went to a friend's 30th birthday party at Roosters in Palmerston North. The venue was hired out and I got to hang out with lots of friends. There were drinks, there was karaoke. Partway through the night, pizza showed up. Have I mentioned how much I love pepperoni pizza? And there was pepperoni pizza, so I was a happy boy. And I walked back to my hotel at about 1 a.m. in the morning. I met a guy who worked at Mad Butcher, picture unrelated, and caught up with lots of old friends who I hadn't seen in a while.
I'm tired, boss. So, I did ask for a late checkout today, but my flight isn't until the afternoon, so I've got a bit of time to kill. Fortunately, I did make friends with someone last night who's also flying out this afternoon, so we're going to go kill some time in town.
So I packed my bags for the final time on this holiday and then walked all the way into the square. We were going to go to Moxie's, but it was closed. I mean, it was supposed to be open on a Sunday, so we ended up going to Cafe Cuba instead. I forgot to get a shot of the outside. I'm tired. But I love Cafe Cuba. I used to come here all the time. I thought it shut down, but apparently got bought back by new owners. So one of my favourite things on their menu is the hash brown stack. And of course, I made sure to pick up an iced coffee as well. I was in desperate need of some caffeine at this point. I picked up an iced mocha, which, as you can see, was just decadent. It had whipped cream, 2 marshmallows, already eaten one at this point, and the hash brown stack came out. It's effectively like Eggs Benny, but it's on 2 hash browns. Like, it's an improvement in every way as far as I'm concerned. But we still had some time to kill, so popped over to the plaza, where I then popped into Woolies, of course. I needed to pick up some supplies. I desperately needed a Powerade and some Coke, so hopefully that'll make me feel better. And then it was into the Uber, over to the airport. I still had my awesome Auckland friend with me, but unfortunately she had to fly out a couple hours before I did, so off she went. And then I took some time to familiarise myself with the airport. Palmerston North Airport is under development. They're rebuilding it, and it's like completely different, and it's tiny. I got real confused when I actually landed here. But I also ran into Megan Cameron, who is a regular commenter and has been for about 200 odd days, who bought me a nice latte. So she kept me company until the flight came, which was delayed, by the way. But the flight was so cool because it was such a clear sky that you could see so far. Like, here we are in the North Island. I can see the South Island. I can see the Alps from the North Island. And then, of course, when we flew over Wellington, I made sure to say hello to the hut. The cake tin actually looks like a cake tin from this distance. And then it was into the Christchurch airport, where I almost just walked right out the door. And then I remembered I had checked luggage. So thank you, brain, for reminding me. Grabbed that and then back home to Rolleston in a $60 Uber. Man, I don't know what it is with Uber and like the airport fares, but going to the airport, it tends to be reasonable. It's almost like they know that you've got options, so they're like $20 to $30. But then coming home from the airport in the Uber, it's like they almost know, like, you don't have a car, so you need to Uber, and they charge way too much. Suddenly it's like $60, $70 for the same trip. I have to factor that in every time I go away. I'm going to need about $100 just to get to the airport and back. But I'm home now, and never have I felt more 30 than I do now. Yeah, don't quite have that stamina that I used to. I don't want to cook dinner, so my plan for the evening is to pop down to Little Vietnam and pick up a banh mi, because I love their banh mi's, and then just chill at home and do nothing. I still have to unpack, but that's tomorrow's problem. And I'll catch you on the flip side.